Hi, my name is Semi Mbilitaki. I am the Careers Counselor at the University of the South Pacific. Today, I will show you some videos that I have put together to assist you in starting your business and make you a successful entrepreneur. With a pen and paper in hand, you might like to take down a few significant information as you sit back, relax and watch these videos. For questions and answers pertaining to these videos, please send your queries to semi.mbilitaki@usp.ac.fj. Starting a business is interesting as well as rewarding for the owner. It allows the owner to try out a lot of things until the business is able to be up and running successfully. Today, in this entrepreneurial presentation, I will talk about entrepreneurs or small business operators, who they are, and what are some of their characteristics. The presentation will also focus on what are some strengths and weaknesses of entrepreneurs and what attributes sets them apart from other people as they endeavor to create businesses of their own. The presentation will also focus on a checklist that business-minded people can use to gauge their interest in starting a business. I will then focus on the process of a new venture, that of the planning stage, and why it is important to plan. Here we will talk about business planning and business proposal writing and what significant information should be used in a business plan. Again, I would like to mention here that a business plan is important when you have finalized your product, conducted your research, marketing, etc., and are ready to apply for some funding assistance to get your business off the ground. Finally, the presentation will focus on what you can do to sustain your project and keep it floating for some time. You will also understand that small businesses have a tendency to fail several times before it finally begins to go its own way. Entrepreneurs are innovators who use the process of shattering the status of existing products and services to set up new products or new services. An entrepreneur is someone who commercializes his or her innovation. Entrepreneurship is a process of identifying and starting a business venture, sourcing and organizing the required resources, and taking both the risks and rewards associated with a venture. Innovation is a specific tool of entrepreneur. Hence, an effective entrepreneur converts a source into a resource. Entrepreneurs are their own boss. They identify their own project and what they have to offer. Self-management is the motivation that drives many entrepreneurs. Innovators and creators want to be their own bosses. They can come up with new ideas and put it to practice straight away. They work for their own company and get the 100% rewards. The conditions are theirs. You must work at your own conditions. Entrepreneurs also have the desire to succeed financially. Entrepreneurs are wealth creators. They believe in growing the figures and enjoying it, as well as creating employment or a source of income for others, which are the employees. Entrepreneurs also have the desire for job security. They have no fear for contracts to be renewed. You excel in your business and feel the sense of security through its success. Over the past 10 years, large companies have eliminated more jobs than they have created. Entrepreneurs also improve the quality of life. Therefore, starting a business gives the founders some choice over when, where, and how to work. They create a legacy for themselves. Some of your strengths could be communication skills, good with numbers, hard work, research skills, copying and replicating important information, or negotiation skills, very good physical skills, farming skills, fishing skills, or having carpentry or joinery skills. There are a lot of skills out there that you could utilize as your own to boost your interest in starting your business. Also remember that you could change your weaknesses as your strengths when you have identified them. For example, one of your weaknesses could be computer literacy and not having the knowledge to have a website. Please visit the professionals and get an expert to assist you in doing a website. Also remember, if you are marketing your product in Fiji, you do not really need a website to advertise your product, as there are many mediums available to you locally to assist you market your product. You might like to ask yourself these questions. What kind of resources do I have? Can I use these resources? Resources would mean land, sea, marine, agriculture, timber, forestry, fishing, internet, or maybe human resources. What about money? Do I have some money to start a business? When you have some answers to those questions, try to not think of the market. This is important for your product to sell. If there is no market, remember you will not sell your product and business will fail, or probably you are doing a wrong business. Try to also look at the location of your business. Is it strategic and centralized? Is it located in a densely populated area? Does it appeal to the population? Is it a need? It is no use if you're selling a product if people do not need it. What about the price of the product? Are people able to afford it? Is your product affordable? It's no use selling a product which is expensive when people are able to purchase the same product near your location at a cheaper cost. Always look at your competitors. Why are their products selling and yours is not selling? What do they have and you do not have? What about your accessibility to funds? Do you have access to funding from commercial banks, from the Fiji Development Bank, or from the National Center for Small Micro Enterprise Development? Try to find these out first and do a little research before you start looking for your money. Try to talk to people already in business. They will assist you with ideas. Try to ask yourself these 3 questions. Where am I? These questions give you all the preparatory work that is required of you. It calls for your research into your location, your strengths, etc. that we talked about in the first slide. You are now armed with a lot of information which includes identifying your product which you know that will sell. Because you are armed with all this information on starting a business, you feel confident and begin to go to step 2, which is how to get there. A lot of people jump straight to step 2 without arming themselves with step 1 first, and therefore they fail in their business. Always remember that there are many ways to step 2. You can go under, you can go over, you can jump across, or you can walk across, or even you can run. Always remember that when you reach step 2, you are satisfied and ready for step 3, which is the ultimate fulfillment. That is where you begin to earn money. Remember, business is about making money. Money and more money and sustaining your livelihoods. Where do you want to be? It talks about creating a legacy for you and your family, financial security, and the idea of taking ownership of your product and the business that you've created out of your own innovations. When you have identified your business ideas or final product, or when your business is taken off, try to conduct a SWOT analysis. This is a very easy task to do, or get a friend to assist you. Here, you can look at your business and look at some of the strengths and weaknesses you did in the last slide, and also try to look at what kinds of opportunities this business is creating externally. This means outside of your business. Is your business opening up an opportunity to expand, diversify, making it bigger, smaller, or improving the brand, etc.? What are some outside threats out there? For example, stiff competition with prices from your competitor, government legislations, or marketing, or finances not readily available for expansion. These are common threats that you should be wary of. I'm not talking about goals here is very important. Goals is when you get there from step 2. There are 2 types of goals. Personal goals, which is a broad statement describing the broad outcomes in your personal life, and business goals, which is also a broad statement describing the broad outcomes in your business life. From your goals, you can then start to be thinking about your personal goals, and of course, of your business objectives. Your objectives can then be divided up into emotional objectives, material, physical, and spiritual objectives. Remember, you're doing this business to address these personal goals and objectives. These have to be measurable objectives and what you hope to achieve in your life. Your business objective also have to be measurable and describe what you wish to achieve in your business. They could be financial success, effective marketing strategy, establishing of a manufacturing company, or developing your business further and diversifying into other areas to complement and enhance your existing business. So, you will now begin to see as we go with these presentations that your business is now beginning to take shape or beginning to materialize. Here, you start to test your ideas or whether these ideas are worthwhile. Do they require change, or does your product will be a sellout? First, do a little research on the existing product out there. Is it selling? What makes it sell? What extra features does it have? What about the branding, the label? Is it alive, appealing to the buyer? Now try to look at the market. Again, is it centralized? Who are your competitors? What do they have that you do not have? When you test your idea, it is also an aspect of planning. Without planning and analyzing situations before they come about, a business will never materialize. I want you to look at some of these pictures and ideas. This will assist you in brainstorming or zeroing down on your product. In the first picture, an ecotourism resort is the most likely business that will take shape. But there are other businesses like scuba diving, etc. in the picture that will assist you zero down on this business. In the second picture, shows a typical coconut tree. What kind of business ideas can you generate from this picture? Example, green coconut juice, toddy, coconut baskets, entertainment dress, which is a big business in tourism sector, and entertainment costumes. The third picture is about beekeeping. Honey is the best medicine, and this picture is able to generate a lot of ideas. The fourth picture looks at cultural entertainment, which is flourishing business in the tourism industry. A lot of people use their skills to make money. Perhaps you would like to go into this kind of business. The fourth picture is about fishing and the type of business that can be generated with this picture. The next picture looks at items in the market. If you have farming skills, this business is for you. The last picture in this slide is about a computer. You can do business online if you have a computer and IT skills. For example, Facebook, which is a big business now. These pictures again try to challenge you and make you confident in choosing the right businesses for you. You are free to choose any business that suits you. Being an entrepreneur is having the freedom to choose what you like best or what you are passionate about. These are other pictures which will assist you choose the right business for you. The first picture is about a hydroponic farm where no soil is required. If you feel that this business is for you, go for it. This business will really sell in places where there is less soil, so choosing the right location is very important. Water seems to be the ideal business to go into. Everyone needs water to drink. You might start to be thinking of choosing this product to do a business in. Clothing and textiles is another business that you would like to go into. Always remember that there is a lot of competition out there from big companies who manufacture clothing on a commercial basis. Do some research before going into this business. The rest of these pictures could be brainstormed to bring out ideas that may be able to be utilized into successful businesses. Again, I keep saying that this is a very significant area that after you have identified your product is to do a little research. From conducting research, you will bring out a lot of information which will augur well with your intentions of starting your own business initiative. There are many types of research that you could do. You can call up the experts by doing a telephone interview, do visitations, conduct face-to-face interview, and find out more about the type of business that you would like to do. Or you could even apply to work for that organization and observe every detail of that product before you can replicate it or copy it, for example, in a bakery business. You can learn how to make bread by working as a baker first, then starting your business after you've left that company. Always remember, work experiences and polishing of known training skills will assist you in making your product. Another method is by mail survey, where you request information from people already in the business through mails, emails, or through the internet. Remember, the internet has a lot of information that can assist you with your product. This presentation will now focus on some success stories around the Pacific, where people have made products and is now sold in the market around the Pacific. These products sell very well because of the Pacific feel that it has and strong words that have been used with the brand names that people in the Pacific are able to relate to very well. The first product is Koe, Fanga, coconut and pawpaw juice. The typical coconut juice and pawpaw juice. But this product is from Niue. Remember, you can also make this product your own by changing everything on which includes the label, the brand, the color, the physical shape of the product, etc. You can also do this with the other product featured here in this presentation. It is all about innovation and bright ideas that will bring life to your product and make it sell just by changing the words. So there you have it. Again, before starting a business, the owner should have a checklist. This is like doing your homework or having some background information. The best thing is to conduct a thorough SWOT or a SWOT analysis. What idea or strategy do I have that will make me unique? Will this be viable or sustainable? How will I offer something that will capture the market? What could be some shortfalls in the area of my interest? What are my available opportunities that I can maximize and work on? Who are my competitors? What are some of the barriers that I have to go through? What are some important regulations that I must comply with? Where should I locate my business? Where will my funds come from? Are my customers interested in my product? What would be the attractive price to sell my product? How do I market my product online or through a newspaper? What is my marketing plan? A business should have a business plan. A business plan is a formal statement of a set of business goals, the reasons they are believed attainable, and the plan for reaching those goals. It may also contain background information about the organization or team attempting to reach those goals. Insurance cover should also be in place in case of any mishap. Again, when you have established your business, these are your first steps. When your network has been created, one of the important ways to spread the word of contact is by business card. Your workstation should be set up at this stage with your point of sale and operation with appropriate equipment and furniture. Practicality is very important. You must have a lease. You must establish your best supplier and must have your business registered. Of course, you must comply with the taxation laws of your country. Mentoring is essential for the survival of small business. You must set deadlines on when the business should become fully operational. You should establish working hours and when your business should be open on a daily basis. Perhaps the last thing you should have is a business plan or a business proposal. This is when you describe the business you have in your mind. You should examine the market and the marketplace for the goods or services you will produce and why there will be a demand for what you do. You should explain how will you exploit the market identified and achieve the sales. Also show how your business will be organized, how it will be managed and by whom. You should then demonstrate how will you produce your goods or services. Try and set down the assumptions on which your financial projections will be based. Make your financial projections for income and expenditure, profit or loss, and the worth of the enterprise. This is important if you're applying to a funding agency for startup capital will require that you complete a business plan. Again, I'd like to include here some of the reasons for failure and success. The first 3 years is a very crucial period for the survival of a small business. These are just some of the areas that I think you should be careful about when you are starting your business or when it has finally taken off. Make sure you have a lot of experience, like I mentioned before. Do research, work in the business, ask questions, try and be committed at all times, and focus on business with your mind and soul. It should be 100% of your time. Must at all times have some form of strategy or approach to your business, and always be positive at all times. You must be an expert. If you don't have, please go and look for it. Leadership is paramount in business, particularly if you're paying people to work for you. You have to be efficient and fair at all times. Always remember, your workers are bringing you income and they should be treated fairly. You must at all times exercise some financial control of your business transactions. Do not overspend on something that you do not need. If you do not have any knowledge of finances, please go to someone to assist you with this knowledge. All these failures can be turned into success if you have the right attitude and are passionate to be successful with your business. Finally, the life cycle of a small business, which is the birth stage with those ideas that we talked about in the first few slides. Then you have the breakthrough stage as you begin to work on your finances and your company begins to take off, when you are now beginning to secure customers. Then you have the maturity stage where you refine your strategy and approach, do a SWOT analysis, and now your business is growing. And then you begin to invest wisely and staying flexible. The last slide is on sustainability of a project or product. You should be careful that these 7 components may impact the ability of your company to grow in a sustained way in the next 3 to 5 years. Look at your markets. It's very important on how you view your domestic and foreign markets. These are the suppliers of your raw materials. Look at your raw materials. You should also do a little research on culture. What about the preference of self-employment? Look at some of the success stories and role models. Try to look at the positive image of entrepreneurship. Always remember, the first impression is a lasting impression. So you have to create that impression or that image from your product. You should also look at the regulatory framework and infrastructure by the government. You must comply with the regulations by government. Look at the taxation incentive by government. Look at your payment of your tax with revenue and customs. Look at your company registration and business license. What about your bank payments if you are applying for a loan? Always look at your access to transport that is maintained at all times. Access to basic infrastructure, example water and electricity, which is very important for your business. Always look at business-friendly legislation and policies and tax-free zones or incentives, which will augur well in starting your own business. What about your access to telecommunications? Please look at it and look at your access to internet and other websites. This will improve your business. Social media is a way forward to sell your product and keep it sustainable. Attend education and training for small business. This will improve your knowledge in selling your product. Look at entrepreneurial training. Always try to attend entrepreneurial workshops. Look at your human capital and your workforce availability. Improve on your management skills and your technical skills. Look at your funding capabilities and your finance. Establish good relationship with your banks. Have a good relationship with your friends and family who may be involved in your business. Look at your support mechanisms. Look at your mentors and your advisors. These are the people who will assist you in sustaining your business. All this information will assist you in floating your business, and please always adhere to them at all times. Just a conclusion of this entrepreneurial presentation and some significant information. More than 11,000 Americans run their own businesses. In India, micro, small and medium enterprises earn a big chunk of India's export revenue and employ an estimated 60 million people at the lower rungs of the economy. In Fiji, the government is supporting small and medium enterprise projects as the driving force of the local economy.